Welcome to today's episode on Azure Management Groups and Resources. Now, in this session, we will explore how management groups in Azure provide an efficient way to organize and manage multiple subscriptions, also apply governance at scale, and ensure compliance across your entire cloud environment. Whether you are overseeing a few resources or managing a complex multi subscription infrastructure, Azure Management Group can simplify the governance and also streamline your operations. So let's get started. So let's start with the overview of Azure Management Group. Well, what is Management Group? Management Group is again a service provided by Azure. It tries to offer you, not actually tries, it actually gives you an option to manage multiple Azure subscriptions together. If you only have one subscription, again, you can manage it easily. But if you have multiple subscriptions and you want to create a hierarchy in your organizations, you should create multiple management group. Remember, whenever you create an Azure account, a root management group is always there. So basically, there is always a management group in your Azure environment. Now let's talk about hierarchy. In Azure, you can go up to 6 levels of hierarchy. Well, it will start from root management group. And then you can create HR management group, production management group, and many more. The limit is 6. Trust me, for many organizations, six levels of management group is quite a lot because every management group can actually manage one or multiple subscriptions together. Governance at scale. Well, if you have a management group and then you have multiple subscriptions inside it, what will happen if you apply any role or policy or RBAC on that management group? Well, it gets inherited to all the subscriptions. So what are we doing here? Are we trying to create a governance policy at scale? Yes. So with management group, you can apply any of your policy or RBAC solution. This will again allow you to manage governance at a bigger scope or scale, ensuring that each subscription under that management group inherits all the policies and all the restrictions along with it. Some use cases. Well, you can simplify management of a large scale environment by grouping related subscriptions together. You can also enforce governance consistency across multiple subscriptions, ensuring compliance, security, and resource management. Here, you can also give one of your, let's say, employee or admin some higher level privileges over your environment by just assigning a RBAC role to that user. Now, if we move forward, we'll see how we can structure and organize subscription with management group. Again, it's a quick recap. We already know you have to create a hierarchy. You have 6 levels in your hierarchy, but you don't have to use all the levels. You can put multiple subscription in your root management group if you want. But my suggestion is, please don't put all the subscription in your root management group. Try to leave that management group and the user inside that management group or subscription as a glass brick account, which means if something goes wrong or you lock out everything, there must be an account or a management group or subscription that is actually free from any of your policies. So you cannot accidentally lock everything. Then you have centralized governance. Apply policies in RBAC on your specific management group. And remember, yes, you can apply policies on top, but it will get inherited. So remember, when you're applying policies, take advantage of exclusions. Don't lock yourself out or do not apply a policy on everyone. you may have to configure it in such a way that your policies or your RBAC control is applied on the targeted resource or resource group. See, group by function. You can organize your subscription based on business units, region, or compliance need. Again, I cannot put it as a compulsion. It all depends on your organizational needs. Let's say you have multiple department. Then you can create multiple management group according to your department name, HR, IT, and so on. Or what if your company is multinational? So you can create management group with location type. Let's say UK management group, Australia management group, or US management group. So how will you create your structure depends on your use case. Next is access control. Well, over here you have to be super careful. What will you use to give access, by the way? You will use RBAC. We already discussed RBAC. So here, you have to decide which kind of role you want to assign and whom you want to assign it to. Do you want to make someone the owner or contributor or reader? It all depends on your business use case. So be very careful of applying access. Enforce policy. Well, ensure a consistent security and compliance policy is assigned to a subscription, which means if you are reutilizing a same policy definition again and again in multiple locations, well, make sure that the policy still have the same effects. Now, if you use automation, yes, there will be low chances of manual errors then. But if you are doing it manually, remember, try to maintain a standard policy enforcement across your environment. If you don't do that, then security or security breaches or vulnerabilities may occur, and management will become difficult. Now, let's move to next topic, that is using management group for large-scale governance. Well, this simply means applying the same logic, but at multiple levels in large scale. First one is simplify management. Well, you can organize hundreds of subscriptions with a structured hierarchy. So remember those 6 levels. Create multiple management groups in those 6 levels and apply your subscription. One more thing, those are 6 levels of hierarchy. I'm not saying that you can only create 6 management groups. You can create 20, 30, 40 management groups, but there will be 6 levels. And then you can assign hundreds of subscriptions all over. Centralized policy enforcement. Well, here you have to understand that if there is a universal policy in your organization, which means a policy which applies to everyone, don't apply that policy again and again at every level. Move it to a higher scope, a higher level in your hierarchy, if it is universal. And in case if you want to omit a certain management group or subscription, then use exclusions. For governance and scale, you should also ensure consistent security compliance and cost management across a large cloud environment. Well, again, you can also use hybrid ecosystem here. If you're using Azure Arc, again, you are bringing your on-prem on board with Azure. So they both must use the same policies for the organizational standardization. So apply policies in a standard manner, even though if you're using hybrid ecosystem. Delegate access. Now, a single person cannot manage all subscriptions. And one person should not even try. That will be a huge management issue and also security issue. So here, you have to make sure that you give permission at higher level for a suitable access to a suitable person or trusted person. This is where your management team, your admin team will come in. And everyone should have their own responsibility, their own scope to manage. Audit and reporting. Then there must be a team. who should have at least the read access. You can give them more access, but I don't think so they need it. They're just auditing it. So they should have at least the read access over your environment. And this team will actually audit your environment and check for any issues or backdoors or any vulnerabilities. You can also streamline your compliance monitoring and audit logging across your multiple subscription. You can create dashboards. You can do regular audits. You can also export this information to Microsoft Power BI ecosystem so that your officials can make informed decisions. Now let's go to our lab and check out how we can apply whatever we learned in this episode. So I will see you in the lab.
All right, let's see how to create a management group. So basically on Azure, if I just search for management groups, you will see that for sure there will be one root management group there. Whenever an organization or a user creates Azure account, a root management group will be there. Now, in my management group, which is the root one, I also have one subscription. Remember, when you create an account, you don't need a subscription right away. So, yes, you can actually have a root management group without a subscription. And you can also create your users, your group, your organizational structure. But then you need a subscription if you want to deploy resources. So all the resources will have a subscription on top to manage the lifecycle and also the privilege plus the cost calculation. Now, can you create multiple management group? Yes, in case if you have a big organization and that organization have multiple departments like HR, IT, research and development, or like more departments like that, and you want to actually manage them separately. So it is actually a good idea to create separate management group and then assign some subscription to those management group. And at the very end, you will put some user inside that management group. That user can be your admin who will manage it. So we will go here and click on create. You will give it a name. I will just call it HR management group. You can also have a friendly name or descriptive name here, but I'll just keep it same. Just wait for it. And that's it. Remember, all management groups will be under the root tenant. So on top, there will be a tenant with this tenant root group, and whatever you create will be under that. Now I have the HR management group. If you want to add more, basically you can keep on adding more management groups. So if I go to my root one and click one more, let's say IT management group, and submit, let's see what happens. And I have IT. But remember, HR and IT are on the same level at this point because they are under root. What if you want IT to be under HR or you want another management group under, let's say, IT or HR? So click on it, let's say HR, and then click create. This will be HR level 02. And submit. And if I go back, you will see that under HR, I have another management group. So this is how you create a hierarchy of management groups. All right, now let's explore the management group. So I have this HR, IT, and one more HR level 2 management group in a set hierarchy. Let's say you select HR. At this point, you can assign a subscription to this management group. Remember, I'm not going to add this subscription. This is actually on my top tenant, the root management group. And if I will use this, or if I change the location of this subscription, a lot of my privileges will get messed up. But let's say you have additional subscriptions, a separate subscription for HR, let's say. You can select that and put it here. So this is how you add subscription. Plus, you can see all the resource group under this management group. Plus, you can also check the activity logs. I only have one activity, that is the creation of this management group. Then, under governance, you can also add policies to the management group. We actually created a policy and assigned it to the subscription level, but it is possible to apply it on the management group level as well. Plus, you can also check the cost and set the budget on the whole management group. So, this way you can govern the budget for separate departments. So, there is the isolation for cost usage as well. Plus, you can also configure RBAC, permission on this management group. Basically, if you make someone, let's say, owner or contributor of this management group, that person will be able to manage HR as well as, if you don't exclude it, this person will be able to manage HR level 2 as well, but not IT. IT is getting inheritance from root. So that is how you actually manage your organizational structure.
Welcome back from your lab. Now let's summarize this episode. Well, to wrap up, Azure management groups provide a powerful way to organize and govern multiple subscription effectively and efficiently. That is what I want to convey. Now, in this episode, we covered how management group allow you to manage subscriptions. We also saw how easy it is to create a management group and also to delete it. Plus, once you create a management group, you can shuffle around your subscriptions. But remember, you cannot put one subscription in two management groups at the same time. You can move it. Then we also discussed that organizations must apply centralized governance through Azure policies and RBAC at the management group level because management group gives the highest scope. Group subscription are also based on business needs and requirements. So it will change organization to organization. Now, you can also simplify access control and delegate some special permissions or higher level permissions to a trusted employee. Why will you do that? Well, you will do that so that they can maintain multiple subscriptions at the same time. And there is no one point of failure. Then at the end, you should also audit your logs and report to streamline your compliance and monitoring. Plus, you can also track policy changes. Remember, logs are historical data, so logs are always maintained. Well, by leveraging Azure Management Group, you can ensure that governance across your Azure environment is consistent, scalable, and efficient. Even as your cloud infrastructure grows, it doesn't matter because your policy is applied on top. It will get inherited to anything under that scope. Thank you for joining us for this episode on Azure Management Group. Remember, check out NetOff IT Academy for more courses and episodes on multiple technologies. So that's it for this episode.